2015, this is a way to really help get them a little bit more tournament practice before the DreamHack event, which is very, very close, just around the corner. In fact, less than 2 weeks away. Pretty crazy stuff. With that said, we got a fun event here. Ultimately, $1,500 on the line. Again, not the craziest prize pool by any means, but just enough incentive to at least take it somewhat seriously. But again, really the ultimate goal here is giving us content, but on top of that, giving the teams tournament matches to play here. With that said, excited to be here with the format and everything. We'll start talking about all that, but before we do, I want to introduce my co-caster for today, Snooey. Going to be joining me. How's it going, Snooey?
Yes, hi Ricky, doing good as always. We got yet another promising series in front of us, this time on Tuesday. Not often do we see Recent Gaming versus Sync Esports.
Yeah.
Yeah, better be prepared for the best. And before we start, actually, would just like to give a quick shout out to the Panny show from yesterday as well. It was a very entertaining show, podcast with Panny himself and of course 5 competitive players, one from each DreamHack qualified team. So for those who haven't seen that, just make sure to check that up after Homecast today. And they were actually talking a little bit about this matchup here today. Slap and Own Me were part of the podcast, predicted a 1-1 series here today. So safe to say that both teams got some respect for one another.
Yeah, absolutely, and for good reason. I mean, well, Recent Gaming lately, they've been really one of the few teams that has actually shown they can truly compete against Sync Esports. Of course, most notably in the recent Deadeye Bounty League, where they were even up 2-0 in the series, eventually losing it 3-2, but obviously showing that they can compete. And then, of course, well before that, even in the DreamHack qualifiers, they did defeat them even to go on to the grand finals and ultimately lose to Fresh at the time. But anyways, that's a whole other story. But with that said here, again, this is the DreamHack Summer Warm-Up event. So real quickly, going over the format before we get too much into the match, we're going to start off with group stages here. As you can see, again, the 5 teams that are going, we got Bad Monkey Gaming, Complexity Gaming, Druids, Reason Gaming, and Sync Esports. Those are the 5 teams. They're going to be in the group stages here. The top 4 teams will then advance on to a bracket stage, and they'll play in a straight-up single elimination bracket this weekend. So the groups take place during the week, the brackets into the weekend, and again, ultimately $1,500 prize pool, the top 3 teams getting a payout here. Now, the group stages, it is a best-of-2 format. I personally like to call it a static 2-game series because I think that makes a little bit more sense, but best of 2 is what the term is for, I guess, esports and whatnot. So anyways, a best of 2 series here. They play each other twice, no matter what, just 2 games. And then that's it. And then at the end of the group stages, depending on your series record, we'll take that into consideration first. And then it goes to the individual game record if it happens to be ties happening on top of that. So, yeah, really interesting stuff here as far as the format goes. And again, excited to see how it turns out. But the ultimate thing is that we got plenty of matches throughout this week and into the weekend. So that's what really matters, of course. Anyways, we have a draft pretty well developed here, so let's start getting into it. First thing to note here is Keizu is actually doing the drafting, or at least in the drafting role here for Sync Esports. So, I mean, that kind of brings up another point. Again, the teams, in essence, are also using this a step up from scrimmages. Because again, there isn't the craziest prize pool on the line here, and again, the ultimate goal is to get ready for DreamHack. So, don't necessarily expect the most try hard and the most busting out the craziest strategies by any means, but maybe we will have some diversity with that said. You know, trying some new things could be some fun here, but this one,
yeah.
Not so much trying new things.
No, I still think that you should keep focused and try to take this as serious as possible because, I mean, we are so close to DreamHack now. It's just 1 week away more or less, and starting to troll around or pick unserious lineups is just going to hurt you. You need to stay focused. So even though the teams might not necessarily take it super serious tournament mode as the Deadeye Bounty League, I still think that this is definitely a tournament where you want to show yourself because it is the 5 teams that are going to compete at DreamHack from the European and North American region. So safe to say that you want some respect going into that event.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, however you want to look at it, we really should be getting some good Han in the end, and that's, of course, what matters, at least I'm only casting in here, and that's what we're excited for. So, anyways, let's talk about this draft that we do have here, as we're already in the next year of picks. The initial bans, Ophelia, Warbeast, Andromeda, Parasite. So, kind of interesting there. Sync actually banning Andromeda, and then they actually go to pick up Tempest with that second pick, as we see. They got Moira, more access to Tempest, to Aluna, and then Kraken into Pharaoh, but very interesting, taking out the Andromeda and then eventually picking up Tempest on top of that.
Very interesting indeed. Must be coming down to the Tempest pick that they wanted to pick them up or pick him up for themselves. They have been running it quite actively or lately, and Insane also stated in the winner interview after the I Bounty League this Sunday that Tempest more or less is that one hero that they are very comfortable running. Slept, of course, just playing as that mid-oriented team. Picking up the Astral Label and Mana Ring and all the kind of just bringing the team together more or less. So they're comfortable running him. So probably the reason for why they got rid of the Andromeda. But as unfortunately Quincy isn't with us today. He was busy doing something else. But if he would have seen Aluna, he would have called it GG's already.
Yeah, we would definitely have been seeing a point made about that. Yeah, it's pretty evident that this hero's win-loss percentage is one of the lowest out there on the competitive scene. But we do see it picked up every now and then, and in this case, Reason going to give it a shot here with the Aluna, so we'll see. Again, she did get some buffs in that most recent balance patch, so there is a little bit of pluses there. But,
and I can tell you that it's actually very, very promising, or it looks promising for Aluna, not necessarily in the support role, but in the mid role, because you get a level 5 second stun. You can stun up to 8 targets now, so you can stun through the creep waves, even in early levels of the Emerald stun. Or Emerald Lightning, so you just get a few levels into that, and then when you run him in a mid, like that kind of like 1 versus 1 situation, Aluna carry more or less, or Aluna farm, you get 5 second stuns more or less for free, and that usually results in a kill. So it is powerful. I'm not sure if this is what Reason are looking for. It seems like they're looking for to run the Aluna in a little bit more of a support role, but yeah, promising indeed.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Again, the 5th and final pick coming out right here. They still need that carry, as we're talking about, so expecting that here from Reason Gaming, perhaps. But Drunken Master, and then what was the final pick? It was Master of Arms getting swapped around right there as far as Sync is concerned. So they're going to be running more of a farming MOA here, and, well, there you go. That's a carry hero. Bushwhack coming out from Immaboy. For Reason Gaming.
It's a really fun one as well to watch. He's got insane farm potential, so if you let him go unnoticed for the first 15-20 minutes, so he can reach up to 500 gold per minute, and even further after that, of course, up to 600-700. I think it was Chessie back in the days that like more or less broke the gold per minute record, rising over 1k gold per minute with Bushwhack.
Yeah, no, this hero has very high potential when it comes down to farm. I mean, there is no doubt about that. And, you know, his skill set kind of screams that. But, you know, there was actually on Reddit here recently, there's this new thing kind of going every now and then where they talk about hero balance and or hero design or just whatever. It's basically a days dedicated to a certain hero. And it's kind of something I started up recently for one of the Redditors. But anyways, the point is Bushwhack was, I think, even the first one that he started the series with. And it was really interesting hearing a lot of people, you know, talk about it. And the input that I gave personally on this hero was that it's frankly just boring when it comes to his ultimate specifically. The fact that his ultimate is not only a passive, but a dot damage on top of that, it's not the sexiest thing in the world, obviously, when it comes to an ultimate ability. I mean, it is powerful. There is no doubt about that, especially with some good attack speed. That dot adds up and does great damage, don't get me wrong. But it's just not, you know, it's kind of lackluster for an ultimate ability, I think. But,
yeah, a little bit. I mean, you can compare it to like a Draconis who uses his ultimate. It's kind of like it goes for the same way in a way, but
even
Draconis
that, there's like 5 different shots going out.
Exactly, so it's a little bit more flashy at least. But in this particular game here, I mean, I can see him at least sidestepping out of the Kraken ultimate. Not necessarily sure if he can sidestep anything else here. Don't think so. Kraken can charge out of the Firewall.
No, I wonder. So what it doesn't disjoint, does it? Does it like the Shards of Harkon?
No, it doesn't. It's just he just sidestep, but he can't disjoint anything with it, unfortunately. Unless, of course, it's like a Fate Stun or something that you don't necessarily have to target.
Yeah. All right, but anyways, we see the lanes coming out right here, and this is interesting. We got an aggressive dual lane coming out from Sync. At least to start here, Morio's going up top with Drunken Master. They're going to be going up against the Bushwhack and Behemoth. Behemoth, of course, being played by Nier. Safe to say a signature hero for him at this point. But really good Reason as well. Also kind of in the 2-1-2 setup. So this is funky. I mean, this is not our typical. It's basically 2-1-2 for both sides. It's like a TMM match here. That's what we got.
Oh, and action at the top lane already.
little bit. I don't think it's going to be a kill, but yeah, they clearly put a lot of pressure on a Behemoth there to start things off. But what is up with these lanes here?
Very odd indeed. I guess both teams had a more or less the same idea that they wanted to shut down the enemy's carry.
Yeah.
But I would definitely give the edge to Recent Gaming in that case, because they are 2 versus 1 down here versus Monster Farms, and he does not have an escape spell. While at the top for Recent, they got Bushwhack and Behemoth, so it's a 2 versus 2 situation. So I think this was quite smart from Recent.
Yeah. Anyways, so about a minute in right here. Obviously still very early on, but you see Moira, again, boxing out Nier as much as he can, and safe to say that Moira can do that pretty well at the harassment here, so Nier's going to have to, well, deal with that, and as far as that's concerned, kind of have to fall back for the time being. But the only 1v1 matchup, really, at this point is, of course, the middle, Kraken versus Moraxis, as they're going at it. Mickey versus Own Me here in the middle lane.
And this is a good one. I would probably favor Moraxis a little bit because of the percentage that he takes with the Moraxis ability. But these 2 players, Own Me and Mickey, I would probably say that, in my personal opinion at least, are the most skilled players when it just comes to pure individual or game mechanics in those 1 versus 1 situations. So this is a matchup that we should definitely look out for. It's going to be a lot of fun seeing who comes out on top.
Yeah. So right now it's 9-3 Kraken versus an 8-3 Moraxis. So yeah, very, very close back and forth right here. Yeah, it does seem like Sync has really been drafting the Kraken once again for their side, and getting Mickey to play it especially. It seems like Kraken kind of wasn't a thing for a while here, yet as being brought back. Master Mars, by the way, bottom lane is in a lot of trouble right here. Hasted to Luna helping with that. He's very likely going to fall. One more auto attack. Yep, not even a power throw. He cancels it. Kind of toying with him a little bit, almost toying with his food as the hunter there. But tank effect gets the bloodlust.
Oh man, yeah, we just 1 out to take away from the first blood, and I thought he was going to go for the power throw instead, and he has to risk missing the first blood kill, but yeah, he's getting it in the end. Pharaoh, though, going for the Tormented Soul instead of a Hellfire, that's questionable. That was close to Monster Farm getting away for that reason alone, especially when you're in this kind of lane, 2 versus 1. I feel like Hellfire is the spell to go instead of Tormented Soul.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that seems like that usually is the case if anything, but at the same time, Zane has plenty of Pharaoh experience, so I trust him here. Tempest at the top lane, though, stun on a Behemoth. Obviously, Moria following up with the start of the Harkon. The Elementals only level 1, right, or level 2 at least, but still not doing nearly enough damage. In fact, Tempest having a lot of trouble as Bushwhack comes in, and so does Moraxis, and down goes Tempest. They cut them off, so Sync was sticking around a little too long right there. I mean, they basically were diving a secondary tower. The Fidget Stun will hit Moira. Drunken Master going to try to scare them off at least as he goes in. Will it be enough, though? I don't think so. The sidestep in, and Bushwhack gets the kill. And now it's just Drunken Master versus a 3. He wants to kill himself, but the health push is going to be popped by Aluna. That may be the difference maker. And then it looks like it's going to be the Poison Dart comes out. Oh. And yes, Drunken Master will go down as well. What a fight sequence right there for Reason Gaming. And they are up 4-0 here to start things off.
Reason Gaming playing real damn well right there. Aluna on a Tankafet, or being played by Tankafet, especially that health pot, and just making everything right in that little class here. So Sync, they are in trouble. They're not going to be able to keep this offensive pressure up now. I think that Drunken Monster is more or less just going to be the suicide. Yeah. Mara is going to have to rotate somewhere else. It was a little bit questionable for Slab to actually be in the offensive force at the first place. Not entirely sure why he felt like he needed to go over there. It's only 1 camp blocked over at his side. But, yeah, backfired big time at least.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, they set the Moira up here initially, so maybe just that mindset of wanting to set up a pseudo-trialite even, and perhaps try to put some extra pressure on this Bushwhack and especially the Behemoth, which they were doing right there, but obviously, they were sticking around a little bit too long and allowed for some rotations to happen, including the Moraxis even coming over to assist. So, Moraxis middle lane, no, he just don't know how to stomp, I guess. For some
Look at
right
the goal
there.
Per minute, by the way, from Mickey on Kraken. Like, it's unbelievable. He hasn't been involved in a single kill. He doesn't have anything. Oh, and actually, they're going to go for Moraxis.
Yep, Moraxis pops the Arcane Shield, though, and again, that is a great tool against Moira. You even saw Moira, she refused to even pop the Shard of the Harkon, knowing that it would have just buffed him anyway. So, in the end, he is going to be fine. Not really even that close to a kill, frankly. So, well played by Own Me. Sees the pressure coming and survives.
Yeah, he didn't panic either and activate his Matrax, so only the Arcane Shield being on cooldown for now. So he is going to be in a great shape now in this 1 versus 1 matchup. He can be playing really offensive versus Mickey. We're up to a great start and actually putting up a pressure on Moira now.
Moira only level 2 still. Insania kind of struggling to get some levels right here. I mean, again, he plays a very active Moira, as you would usually like to see in general with this hero. But usually results in kills, not so much this time around. They're still remaining on 0 kills. At 6 minutes into this game right now. And it definitely isn't because of fault of trying. They have tried several times, obviously, at this point. In fact, they're going to try once again right here. No, nice job by Aluna, stunning first and getting out of range. Competing for that bottom rune. Ends up only being refreshment. The top rune, Haste Rune, actually taken by Onmi, and actually, Drunken Master. I think he's in trouble. Yep, there's no vision up here. Meanwhile, bottom lane too. Master of Arms in trouble as well. Pharaoh going for the kill, but nice job by Moira helping to stop him, and it will help keep Flensmeister alive. Top lane, Drunken gets back before Moraxis goes up there. He didn't even pop the Haste Rune either. He actually holds on to it.
Didn't have full vision on Kiss. He was actually playing, or he was hiding in the trees more or less. So I don't think Moraxis wanted to waste time risking not to find him, so to say. But yeah, Moira level 2, that's really unfortunate. It's not the kind of Insania support that we like or that we usually see. But usually when you draft Moira as well, you want to have some kind of stunner in the mid lane so that you can set up, of course, or stun the opponent and then channel the illusion. Now when you don't have one, Kraken doesn't have one, in the illusion, Moraxis is definitely going to see that one coming. So they're not going to be able to set anything up in the mid.
Yeah, and Tempest bottom lane, by the way, trying to come in, but Aluna sitting way far back and not nearly enough pressure to put her in a dangerous spot. So she is going to be fine. Talking about Tempest real quickly, again, Slapped has been doing this lately. He's been going the Blood Chalice instead of, more the typical Ring of Sorcery. He's been going the Blood Chalice, and then on top of that, there we go. He buys a Refreshing Ornament. He's going to be going an Astrolabe next. Right away. So he's really showing that wasn't like a 1, maybe 2 game thing. I mean, this is a new build that he has on Tempest in general. What are your thoughts? I mean, with the Blood Chalice especially.
Moraxis a little bit in the mid now.
Yeah,
he's just going to run up. The build-up, I don't think it's something that every single Tempest player more or less should take after. It's definitely working out for Sync, but I think it comes down to like their game style as well, like grouping up early on. You're going to get to Astro significantly faster than if you were to go for a Mana Ring on top of it. So he's just like, okay, I think I can do it. I mean, I have such good micro in the F4s already. I don't have any problem farming with just a Chalice. So getting the Astro and just Sync, pushing the towers early on, I think that's the idea behind it.
Mm-hmm. They're chasing down right here, but in the end, not going to happen. You saw Pharaoh using his Wrath of the Pharaoh very defensively right there, simply trying to get away, which he did. So, good job by Zane surviving, but the Invis Moraxis, he wants a kill. We'll see if he finds the opportunity for one, maybe in the middle lane. This Ward of Sight, though, is going to spot Aluna running up. So we'll see if Sync is maybe going to pick up on something here. Looks like Mickey does to an extent, sitting back, not going to push too far in. Yeah, he's going plenty of build-up here with the full power supply, steam boots, a bottle, so not going to have the portal key just yet, but again, his start continuing to be the best here as far as GPM goes, 370 gold per minute, basically sitting on. Imbaboy's kind of a little surprised, actually, maybe. Imbaboy hasn't necessarily had the greatest farm up here. I know it, Moira was up here initially and everything, but she's been gone for a while, I feel like.
Yeah, and they got a lot of kills there as well with that more or less hat trick or getting free kills out of Sync early on. So yeah, a little bit surprising indeed, but he is... No, wait, he had 2.4k gold. I expected him to pick up the Thunder Claw, but I think he actually went for a Soul Spring Ring or something instead.
Yeah, I saw that. What is on the courier? Energize? No, okay, he gets both.
Oh,
so yeah, he just got the pattern for the Soul Screaming, and then he bought also with Thunderclaw. So there you go.
All right, I guess that's one way to go. Oh, nice block by the way, and Kiss up in the top lane.
Yeah, out comes the Defensive Master's call, though. Kraken comes in as well. This should be a kill for Sync. It's definitely a first kill. Will they get a second kill and a Bushwhack maybe? Doesn't look like it. He still has released the Kraken right here. He's being very patient with it, though, trying to get more positioning. In comes Pharaoh, though, maybe making waiting a little bit too long. He doesn't have a charge up for another second. He's going to use it right here and go the other direction, actually. But he's still in a dangerous spot. You see that Tormented Soul coming out. It's still level 1. He actually kills the courier in the process. They were using it to scout, and he ends up sniping it. Meanwhile, Tempest Ultimate catches Moraxis as Master of Arms is going to put some damage, but the Matrax is up, so he should be fine in surviving this. So looking back up at the Kraken, he is still trying to avoid possible release Kraken very defensively, but it's not going to be enough in the end, and he's going to end up falling right here as Bushwhack finally catches up, and down goes Kraken. So, took a while, but they do eventually kill Mickey.
Fun sequence right there. But he got the courier, so not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
He waited a little bit too long with release the Kraken. I agree with you. He probably should have used that just to try to catch Aluna, because that would have definitely resulted in a kill. But I think Mickey just wanted more. Seeing as he is the kind of skilled player, he always wants to go for the big plays. But unfortunately, hurting him a little bit right there.
Yeah. So Bushwhack, I mean, talking about him and his farm, obviously it's starting to go up now quite a bit again. That is fair too. He was sitting on very simple items there early on, pulling up a lot of gold and getting the straight Thunderclaw basically, as we saw. So maybe that had a little bit of impact there. But now that he has the Thunderclaw, I'm expecting his GPM to start going up there quite a bit. And you see already 370 gold per minute. Middle lane, though, we do have initiation more in the background with the illusion. Gets her stun off, and actually Maddox in a lot of trouble right here. He is going to fall when it's all said and done, but Sync has dove pretty far. 1 kill already happening on a Master.
Where's the shockwave?
Will there be more? No shockwave just yet. Not enough mana, actually. He needs 150. He's not there.
He killed something else.
He's running away right now. He's trying to say, oh, there he gets a shockwave off, and Drunken Master will end up falling. Sync dives way too much right here in the end. And Kraken also goes down, so a 3 for nothing. It was late, but it eventually happened, and Sync, they dove a little too heavy.
That they did. That was, well responded by Recent Gaming, definitely. But that was wow, I don't know what happened. He had level 6, but he didn't skill the shockwave running into them. I don't know if he missed up on the fact that he actually reached level 6 or something, but for some reason he didn't have the shockwave for the first 10 seconds or so in that team fight. So, but in the end, Recent Gaming, of course, coming out ahead, so it doesn't matter too much.
Yeah. They win it in the end, and we got Bushwhack continuing to get more farm. Obviously, he was even involved there to an extent, so 3-0-2 right now. How is he built, by the way? Yeah, the Splinter shot he maxed out first right here. That's going to help pretty big time. That's bottom lane. Tempest gets caught. Deep in the Master's Call. It's not going to matter. Just too much damage ultimately in the end. Pushing the bottom lane by himself, a little risky against a Pharaoh especially. And it does backfire, so we got to really question that to an extent. Middle lane. Morax is going to be fine, though. Kraken knows that he can't necessarily go all out there. Wouldn't it be worth it? But, yeah, see, again, they're not necessarily playing on the same page, it seems like, here. And, well, Reason Gaming is. And they're up by a pretty fair amount. 3,500 gold, 4,400 experience here in game number 1.
Yeah, that they are. Stop pushing the bot lane before he reached Astro timing as well. That is indeed risky, especially when he's going for this kind of rush Astro build. I would expect him to just sit in the forest and farm until he got that core item.
Mm-hmm. Bound Eye on Aluna, by the way. Did she? Wait, where did it go? She just dropped it?
Did she? Wow, I love this. Tankafat new. He's my new hero.
Where is the Bound Eye? I'm missing it.
It
now.
Might be in the base. Still,
Did he put on
courier
no, he like literally just had it. He just dropped it, I thought, or something. Anyways, Kraken in the lane. Done. That is a 5-second stun from Aluna. The follow-up from Araxis, and down he goes. Even with the defensive master's call, but yeah, Aluna, that is not easy to do. And Tankafet sets it up though. And gets
Very
the big
well
stun.
played. Tankafet is just completely controlling this game. He is everywhere, and he's playing to perfection. And now he got that Bound Eye.
There it was,
yeah, he must have been hiding it for some reason.
Yeah, couldn't find it. Even I couldn't find it. I got God Vision. Jeez, that was a good hiding spot. Well played right there. But yeah, man, 1-0-8 Aluna, by the way. So this is one of these rare games where Aluna's having a massive impact, actually. Go figure.
Okay, so here comes another game mechanic question. Can you use your Master of Arms offensive ultimate or defensive ultimate on the Mora illusion?
I don't know.
That's a good one.
Why would you, first off?
I don't know, some certain cases, I guess. I don't know if he necessarily takes, like, the shield takes double damage, or, I mean, Mora illusion, of course, takes a little bit more damage than the original one, but I'm not sure if that counts for the shield as well, so maybe keeping it alive, and I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that opportunity could perhaps arise, but yeah, I can't realistically see that being a big scenario at the same time. I know it's top lane, Drunken Master. He is going to be fine as they were trying to catch him right there, but in the end, he staggers away.
And look at the map right now, like every single map, or every single camp in both Legion side and Hellborn is farmed out every single minute.
More access port. Okay, look at the follow-up from Pharaoh as well. Defensive Master's Call does come out right there, but Moira's going to end up falling most likely. There goes the Shockwave on top of it, and down goes Tempest as well. Behemoth is going to fall, though, so does Pharaoh. So they get cut on the front lines. Bushwhack getting low right there, but he sidesteps away. Nice follow-up from Omi once again. Kraken will fall. Drunkenmaster, one auto attack maybe next. Oh, it just misses. He has another one, though. That one's also going to be a nice sidestep, but it does put him in a spot to die. Down goes Master of Farms and a genocide for Reason Gaming here in game number 1. 15-4 hero kill lead. They are snowballing here in game 1.
They are playing amazing. It's shocking to see. I know that they played very well versus Sync last time they clashed as well, but yeah, this big, like, holy moly, that Kies or that portal key on Mirax just completely caught Sync off guard. Mora and Tempest were more or less stacked up on each other. They wanted to push with that newly picked up Astral Label on Tempest, but that backfired big time. Once again, beautiful initiation by Omi.
Yeah. Look at the Bushwhack. I mean, now he has a Firebrand as well. Again, very squishy with this build, but hey, it's been working for him so far. He's 4-0-4, and the greed is definitely paying off here for Bushwhack.
Yeah, they got both. I mean, they got Behemoth soon with the pole key. They got a Pharaoh with the early initiation tool, and they got Moraxis with the pole key. So definitely the right choice.
Uh-oh, near the top lane though. He's gonna fall right here. No chance for him to get away. That just simply Sync almost has 5 really kind of coming up here to get a kill. And now Tingafit's in trouble. He has a pound. I remember. What is he?
Oh, illusion.
That was an
what?
illusion. Wow, that looked so real for a second.
Yeah, it must have been the fact that he was hiding in the trees that we couldn't tell the difference. But that was, yeah.
I thought it was totally real, but
usually it's Andromeda that you have trouble spotting the illusions with. But alright.
Sync maybe thought it was real too, but they were wrong, obviously. So good play by Tingafit, you know, keeping them distracted. But some counter pushing coming out in the meantime by Reason. As again, Sync as 5 grouping up and pushing the top lane. Flensmeister, though, it really just can't get a whole lot going for him. 260 gold per minute with Energizer here with the Steam Boot, so he's trying to help with the battle build here. Obviously, the Master's Call has been used several times so far, but hasn't been able to find his group just yet. And also no Portal Key on Kraken. Now, I will say, again, look at the build-up. He went Power Supply, Bottle, and even the Mystic Vestments before getting the Portal Key. So, do you like that? Or would you rather just see the Portal Key a lot sooner?
It's hard to say. I almost feel like the Mystic Vestment in this game is a must-have. It depends on what kind of like pressure Sync Esports wants to put on. If they want to go offensive early on, then you should definitely have like ignored building up into that power supply. I mean, the first one is enough, the mana battery. You don't have to finish up the power supply, especially when you're looking for that portal key timing. But I don't think we can blame him too much for that one. I am curious about this Master of Arms though. It comes back to the laning phase and the fact that Reason actually made the decision to man up with an offensive tri-lane or an offensive dual lane, which was very smart and a good heads-up call by them. So Flensmeister once again struggling. We saw this in the Dead Eye Bounty League finals versus Druid as well. The game that Druids won, actually. Flensmeister was playing that Master of Arms, and it wasn't necessarily working out that well in that game either. Just didn't get that like snowball effect that you want with Master of Arms.
Well, he is level 11 now at least, so that's that second level of the Master's Call. And you see right here, again, just getting a Mystic Vestments even, so goes back to that priority. Does make a lot of sense here in this game. But as a team, once again, Sync Esports rolling together right here. They go to the bottom lane. They will easily get the tower kill. I mean, both teams have actually pretty good team fight, honestly, so... but, you know, the Elemental Void could definitely prove to be a big difference maker. Granted, Shockwave also pretty powerful at that. And he does have a portal key, so they're coming to the bottom lane with the Veiled Rot right here. This could be big. If they find a chance, which they are. No! The stomp's going to miss right there from Miraxis. The follow-up, though, from Pharaoh. There's that Shockwave on 2 heroes. Kraken's dropping already. Kraken goes down. Down goes Tempest as well. And Sync Esports yet again falling apart there. Got greedy. Win for the Ancients. Moira, she's like, well, if you're going to kill me, it'll take a little bit longer. She will go down, though. Double tap. So even despite a not the greatest Miraxis jump, it did not matter. The jump overall is just so strong here on Reason's side.
That it is. They are too far ahead at this point, and they got so many pull keys on their point. With Pharaoh, with his ultimate and 2 pull keys now, there's just no way that Reason or Sync can team fight. They just don't have any initiation for themselves. They got a Kraken, but I mean that's a little bit unreliable. They usually just charge the target away, and who's going to follow up on that one in that case? They got a lot of minus armor. I mean, Kraken Torrent, the glue from Master of Arms as well, because it's Drunken Master. Dealing a lot of physical damage, so I assume that was what they were going for with this draft, but so far Reason Gaming just bringing the pressure and paying off big time.
Yeah. Farrell at the bottom lane, gonna push it out right here while the rest of his team kind of steals the Ancients. You got Bushwhack again, level 16. Shrunken Head is well finished. I mean, he has 2,800 gold right here, so he might, well, no, he's still going to finish Shrunken Head, definitely, but we'll see. There you go. I'm assuming maybe the Geometer Spain going to be next in the line. No. Oh, well, maybe. He sold the broadsword right away, so we'll see what Bushwhack eventually develops into. He is still also sitting on the Soul Scream ring, and that is kind of one of those things like, I mean, upgrade that into Energizer maybe, but no, I guess the start was just so good that he wanted to get. Oh, look at this jump right here! Oh my gosh, they thought they were hidden for whatever reason. Kraken and Drunken go down. Master of Arms gonna fall in. I don't know if Zink is gonna want to stick in this much longer, man. Yeah, there you go. GG, well played. I mean, when something like that happens, it's just, all right, let's move on here, because, wow, though. I mean, this is Sync Esports here, and, well, they got dominated. Not often we say that.
No, this was definitely a stomp, and I can't remember the last time that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, big heads up for Recent Gaming. The draft was very creative with Aluna. It paid off. Tankafet played out of his mind early on, and the fact that they decided to go for the defense or offensive dual lane, good call by them, as well as the Bushwhack. I mean, creative one, and he was up at 760 experience per minute. He was level 17 in a 20-minute game.
Yeah.
That's just amazing.